Hey everyone, David here from the Five and Dime, and do you see this pink ring that's here? That's tannins. So if you ever wondered what that is, that basically means that the tannins in the wood, or think of it like the stain in the wood, the natural stain in the wood, is coming to the surface because it's been exposed to moisture or water. And that's not good because trying to paint over that could be really, really tricky. So there's a couple things we're going to do. So first we need to sand back the mud that was applied. So this is Dixie Belle mud that I've used to fill the gaps, which is what's caused the tannins to bleed through. And I'm using my Surf Prep sander in order to sand back the mud. And the reason I'm using my Surf Prep instead of just sandpaper is I want the smoothest possible finish and I want this to be flush. So of course the sanding pad on the Surf Prep sander is a flat surface. So this is going to ensure I have the smoothest possible finish when I have it all done. Now that the sanding is all done, I'm going to gently wipe back the surface to make sure I remove any residual dust and excess mud from any area where I don't want it. And you do need to be careful with this because, again, mud will reactivate with water. So just be careful of that. You want to make sure that you're gently wiping back the surface as opposed to going in and scrubbing it down. I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to be using Easy Peasy Spray Wax by Dixie Belle Paint Company in order to seal it before I start painting. Easy Peasy Spray Wax by Dixie Belle Paint Company is fantastic, especially for a project like this where I need to give it a seal before I continue moving on. And so the great thing about this is that it dries in 30 minutes and it cures in 6 hours. So you're going to shake the bottle really well. And that's a really, really important part of this. You need to shake it. And when you think you've shaken it enough, shake it even more. It needs to mix up the concentrated formula, especially like mine sits on the shelf and I primarily use it when I'm using mud. You can use it to seal furniture. You can use it for indoor, outdoor furnitures, etc. However, you do need to reapply every 6 months or so. So give it a really good shake. And then what you're going to do is you're going to wipe it back and then allow it to dry. So now that my Easy Peasy Spray Wax is dried, and I almost dropped the drawer, it's time to come in and use Boss. So remember that pink spot that we were looking at the very beginning of the video? Again, bleed through. Boss is a primer that blocks odors, stains, and stops bleed through. I'm going to be using silk mineral paint on this project, so I'm only going to do 1 coat of the Boss. And typically you would give 2 coats, allowing for a proper drying time in between coats and that. But silk does have a built-in primer and built-in top coat. Boss comes in 3 different colors. It comes in the white, gray, and clear. So clear would be used if you want to do something that has a distressed look or you have really great interior doors, but they smell. So you want to cover that up and Boss will block that. The gray, used for your darker colors or high pigmented colors. And of course, the white then would be used for anything that's a lighter base. All right, ciao for now.